Hi everyone, it's Jennifer Mind's Eye. Got a little bit of a glare again. Let me close the blinds here. But basically, we're going to do the new moon psychic medium astrological reading. There it is. It's a little bit better. Now you guys can see me. There it is. Now, with that being said, it is, 19th to 20th. And that's what I'm picking up as psychic. You can look online and exactly what it is, but it really is something like, as we know, we start feeling like the changes in the moon and the stars and stuff like that, like days prior to weeks prior into weeks after. So this new moon is a hold on cut. Hold on cut. I wouldn't do a cord ceremony. I wouldn't do any like jumping up to conclusions. I wouldn't do anything of like a max mark, like maxing something out like Christmas presents or spending or anything. I would sit there and I'd actually try to be a little bit frugal. So this new moon, I would say you can put your crystals out, you can recharge it, you can do a new moon ceremony, you can do a little bit of magic, you can do just a little, like just a little, and that's really all it is. Neptune is really coming in and more dictative than usual when it comes to Cassiopeia and it comes to Sagittarius. Sagittarius is really holding the old and the gold to the cold on everything that you just really can't even see it come through. So, astrologically, I'm really seeing red, like a red star. It is like Mars, but it's not. It's really like old and hard and red fiery. I feel this is what is going to actually like escort it in, like I was talking about in my 2026 psychic reading, that is about fire. It's odd and rare. It's really gonna like bother people for about 6 months after something happens, and you can't show it, but it was due and it was true and it was put forward. This is like the whole universal collective. Like each person has like a story on this issue. Like as I'm watching the TV, I don't think we've actually gotten to the real story about how FBI Boston is having a hard time with this case, Brown University, Sydney, Australia, and then we had all the instances about like Karen Reed. Then we have his lawyer show up for Rob Reiner's issues, and who was the lawyer for Karen Reed. Like you can see, like all of a sudden, it's like all jumping in again. So how does that actually like pertain to the new moon? I would have to say when you actually like pertain and you try to like smoke something, you actually have to look at it and say, was it well done? Like you're looking at the roast or the turkey, like, did you actually like smoke it? And they're like, no, Gouda. They're like down to cheese and they're like, where is this issue? Where was the problem? You couldn't even bring it up to macaroni and cheese, up to like Robert Kraft. So when you see that, and I say, what a trolling this was. I'm not seeing this like much as second, but it's really rare, really rare. So we got Neptune, we got this red star. We also have a green star, and this green star is really representing all the trees, and all the trees and all the trees is what we need to do. So when I look at it, it's not green when you actually look at trees. It is what they call like the winter sound of a tree, which is barren. And when you see barren, you actually have to look at it and go, no, no. So what does the literary witch's oracle have to say about this? Flip of the deck. There's something about like a belonging, and there's something about like when you see spider, it's old and foregoing with this new moon. It's something like you don't have a whole lot of plans because you already have plans and you don't want to exhaust your energy because we just had the full moon, but you can't even like do it much. There is a lot of power with this new moon, so that's why I said don't cut cords. I would actually sit with your crystals. I would hydrate. I would rest. I would do something a little bit more carbs. I would do like snacking throughout like the week. And what I would do is something that this is coming like you can see the power. You see this, it's all about bravery, like coming in. Like nobody's really making a move on something. It is about appearances in society. So I'd have to say if someone has been sick, ill, or injured, like I would let them rest. I would leave them alone a little bit so they actually look better, and like getting energy out is something that this new moon is going to draw out all this negative energy that's out of us. It could be pent up energy, it could be pentacle energy, because I feel it is pentacle energy, but it's really more water energy, oddly mixed with fire. There's something about love, like love returns all in this new moon. When you see this and you see subconscious, you say there was something like to this, because when you look at it, it is a bit like trickery. Like they like people are keeping things in the back of their mind, and they're watching and they're waiting as everything goes through. There's something in their soul of like they've been through this before, and they're like, no, just wait. Nope, nope, it's not done. Just wait. We've been through this before. There's like this quiet place of growth that's very common. Um, that people are like really getting used to. There's like a conflict resolution. When I see this cauldron, I have to say like everyone goes, no, it's kind of bitter, like a bad taste in my mouth. There's a working together on it though, but they're not. They're not connected. So when I look at this and I see, creature's paw, and I see devotion, and I see toad, which is like grotesque humor. It's this type of trolling. So, as he talks about this, individuals, we're all connected in the universe, every way and form, even if we don't look like each other. So, someone who is different ethnicity, different race, or anything like that, they are connected. We are one in the universe. So, if somebody actually is someone like what we're talking about, Brown University, who's still doing this manhunt, and what we had in Sydney, like people are going to feel that energy and they're really not going to make a move, especially if they're in with no issues. There's like this mastery of this like about senses, like total control of senses to make them look. There's really nothing to look at, really. But when you look at it, you see there's a working a community. I have to say, is it a business? They transform, like they flip. But I digress. What does this have to do with a new moon? A new moon actually is this like way of being able to cut sharply. So when you actually are resting on the new moon and you can't do the done or the cut or the cord cutting or anything, like it's odd. Now, there is something about all of this about identity. I feel as it goes through that you actually have to um like look at like how does the new moon, this one, Jesus, it flew right out, um what it could be doing. But I see this, there's something documented about like identity. I'm looking like at people, like just looking at the mail, they're like like faded meeting down to spring and autumn. And then I'm like, I think it goes right back to like imposter syndrome. But I have to say, the prudency and the observancy and the consistency and like watching was so odd. When you see this and you see the lightning bolt, it'll come in like a strike, that new moon energy, especially if it's sitting near Neptune, near Mars like near like green star energy. Do you see where I'm getting at? When you see this and you see Willow and you see, the intricacies and the industries in reverse, there's something that when you go and you see everyone, it's this huge difference in everyone. So just sit and take a break. It really is okay for this new moon. Amethyst is a little bit stronger with this new moon, especially any type of green stone like carnelian is going to be amplified. Like you can see clearly through it, but you can't go to it if you use crystal quartz or anything of that nature. But really, blue gate is really going to wash it out. To hold the tone, I would use like a tourmaline, and like to like grounding effect, I'd use an obsidian. I would watch and like stay away from onyx because there's just something about how like certain things are just chosen to sit and hold because it's really not a game when you can actually pick up on energy. When you look at it and you see, Archangel Michael and you see this, the will, wisdom, and mind, it's already been like given to us from ancestors because we have all these celebrations, like I talked about on Patreon. It all flows in, like certain holidays all land in together for the end of the year to solidify because what we need to escort in so we can sustain ourselves for the year next. So you will be, highly, highly more amped where you're watching for Hanukkah, you're watching for Kwanzaa, all of these things. So when you are about to celebrate and you have this new moon and it's rest, what is true about these holidays? It is higher, harder energy. There's something about it being like already documented, like it's already on the calendar. Now it is on track, and you see this, and you see this like Queen of Forces in reverse. You go, mm, not what you wanted because you wanted to do your moon workings. But really, can you see like exactly what's going on? You look at this and you see Uriel and you see the Sphinx in reverse. There's really no two tone about it. All right. So when I'm looking at this, I can't even make it up. I'm trying to get this card that dropped. It's the Archangel Raphael. Look at how, like, I can't even make this up. It's this green offering, like this energy, orb energy. What we need to know about Raphael and Michelangelo is that he really was known at best at B, that stinging BEE. So when you go and you say, with reading biblically in scripture and scrolls, that these individuals were good at sting, you couldn't see it coming, like you weren't to know. So that is, the whole thing of it. How would this new moon actually like sting us if we didn't follow through? You would have to sit there and like you would not be well during holiday celebrations because it's meant to draw out. That's all you need to know. Now let's actually look at Light Seers Tarot. All right. There's something of like, it's like positive. When you actually follow your intuition and your instinct about this new moon coming in, it's gonna bring in positive for you. Just sitting and resting. sit and rest. Here we go. So you are going to hear messages. You are going to pick up on things with the new moon. That's this Page of Cups. It's a good offering. It's a good like notion. The universe is recognizing that a lot of people lost a lot of things over quite a few years, especially money and jobs. And there's still this like happiness that this new moon will bring in. It's just kind of this halt stop. This is this Knight of Wands. It's really not meant to be passionate. It's really going to be more water to Pentacle, earth energy, hard earth energy. So when I actually look at this and I say the Five of Swords is like you're going to see clearly, it's going to be best at known. And when you see this and you go the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, there's not a lot of like hard tasks to be done. It's not hard to actually sit and do a simplified new moon ceremony. But then everyone's like, it's ill justice. So like, no, I'm just clearing, cleansing, and attuning in my own way a little bit. When I need more help, I'll just go and do it. So when I see this and I go Knight of Cups energy in reverse to the King of Pentacles, where is this greed we've all been looking for? Where is the greed? Because when you actually do moon ceremonies, you can be greedy. Some people can. About obtaining. When I see this and I see this Ace of Wands, it's literally saying like watch out for Saturn by like 12 noon to like 9. And then when you actually look at it and you go, there's something to it, to where you say, where are the laws of the universe following? There really was obstruction to the universal law number 3 and number 9, where 12 solidifies everything. So when you look at the new moon and you're being instructed by astrologers and psychics and mediums to be restful, not cord cutting or any of it, that is because Neptune and Saturn and Mars energy, which isn't Mars energy, it is star energy, to another green star to make a white gray star, not a moon, come in around 9 p.m. It's going to like escort everything away to make everything that you wanted for your holidays and your new year to escort in correctly. Like there's reasons so you can charge your crystals, you can like hydrate, you can rest, eat more carbs, don't be so hard with protein. When I look at this and you say there's no teamwork, the Three of Pentacles in reverse, no, it's really asking for people to rest alone. Just think universal precautions. Something probably went through here. That is it. Like, this is where it needs to be. So when I look at it and I have to say, the timing of certain things when the universe wants to correct things and we have the new moon, the world is this card means about completing a cycle. There's not a lot of logic in some things right now. When you look at it and you see the Four of Cups reverse, they're happy to receive a gift. When you see it and you go to the Knight of Swords, it will come in quickly, especially at 3 p.m. if you're not listening well. But the wheel in reverse means something had to it. So when the universe wants to correct something and you already start feeling it days prior, especially when you really start truly being attuned and aligned and your chakras on and becoming a little bit more spiritual, listening to your own soul, it doesn't take much to walk away. And it scares a lot of people because you can hold your own. Now, the whole energy of this is about partnership. But when you see the Two of Cups and the new moon and you look at the way it is, it's about pouring down south that energy down from here, right on your forehead. It's going to come down like this, not like this or like this. It's coming right here to the frontal lobe, right and down on an angle to the root chakra. So when that root chakra actually opens, it's trying to get rid of trauma. So here we go. Starseed Oracle. Light worker starseed, serve the world by meaning you. I feel like you actually will get messages from people, loved ones, cosmic ancestors. Like wisdom actually will come in a little bit at some point. Again, it's talking about leading the way. Leading the way. Clearing yourself so you can lead the way. To clearing out, leading the way. Lastly, with this, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. I feel like some people already do it and they don't even realize they're spiritual. And I look at this Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. Yeah, there's like a type of growth that is going to be like a growth spurt over a 3 to a 5. When I look at this and I see Andromedan energy, I'd venture to say yes to like new, something new, like it's odd, it's odd. When I see this as a multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. There's like letting yourself be seen and heard, so that way you can actually like do a proper cut. When I look at this and I see Sirius energy bringing harmony and balance, you can't even. So some people actually are kind of not actually walking correctly. Watch how they walk. Their energy is out of tune. They're like hold the phone, hold your tone. Uh, doors opening, you decide rewards a wild card. Yes, I see money. It's not time yet. Things are being woven like to a degree. Like I don't know why I see 2 college degrees. When I look at this, I see inner child, tenderness, innocent, rare gifts. When I see this, I see spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. You will know after the new moon when to go and visit. Questioning everything, anything on a line must go. Yeah, I see people actually going, nope, no, no, all done, all set. Learning how to be human in a world not of it. Yeah, just basically trying to soften the tone and getting yourself right, R-I-T-E, so you can be R-I-G-H-T for the new year. Let's look at the runes and that will be it. All right, Black Obsidian. Okay, living instinct, warrior, faith. It's talking about with this new moon that it's easy to identify those who have been running a little bit too hard as far as like warrior status or anything of that, for lack of a better term, and that like that instinct is burnt out up to like a freeze, which is that rune. So it's really, really saying it really should. So, as I'm seeing Pluto actually come down, because everything will align properly with this new moon, it will cause like a solid delay to a solidarity. to like a solitary confinement because of something that was like torched to torqued, like a torque wrench, and like a hidden game that really bothered a lot of people this year, that like was created. When you hear it, I said everyone's gonna like flip their lid when they see it in the media. There, I feel by the 28th, your unknown year, but soon, onto disclose, onto disclose, like close the door, shut the front door, shut the window, and like shut the blinds, and like, what are you, like living in Appalachia or something? So like hidden estate, and you go, there it is, like there it is. There had something about defensiveness. We've been talking, and I think it finally broke through. When I look at this and I see heritage, culture, trolling, torque, like down to the tire, retired, you go, we already know this game because we've lived through it before. It will cause a little bit of havoc, and that's why the new moon is saying, just sit and watch. Sit and watch. Everything will come on through, and everything will be okay. So, with that being said, if you have any questions or concerns, leave a like, a comment, a share. It's greatly appreciated. Classes and readings and other things, right through the link tree, including anything you would like to send on Venmo or Cash App or Zelle. And we will talk to you soon. Have a good day, everyone.